Good morning, students. Today I am going to continue chapter number 5, the judiciary from civics. And today's topics are what are the different branches of the legal system. And it is divided into two branches. Number one is criminal law and number two is civil law. And second topic is, does everyone has access to the courts? All right. So students, as I told you in my previous explanation about the Sudha death against dowry. All right. So student, in that case, you have seen that how one woman died only due to the demand of dowry by their parents. All right. So students, on the basis of the above case of the dowry, this kind of death falls within what is considered a crime against society and is a violation of criminal law. All right. And in addition to criminal law, the legal system also deals with civil law cases. And students, as we have already learned in chapter 4 that how a new civil law was passed in 2006 only to protect women against domestic violence. Understood? So students, on the basis of two branches of legal system, we will understand that what is criminal law and how it is applied, and what is civil law, how it is applied. So number one is criminal law. So students, criminal law deals with conduct or acts that the law defines as offense. For example, like theft, harassing a woman to bring more dowry by their parental home, and murder. All right. So students, it is usually begins with the logging of an first information report or FIR with the police who investigate the crime, just after which a case is filed in the court. And if anyone found guilty, the accused can be sent to jail and also fined. But students, one question will arise here that what is FIR and what is its importance? Okay. Students, first information report or FIR is a written document prepared by the police when they receive information about the commission of a cognizable offense. And it is a report of information that reaches the police first in point of time, and that is why it is called the first information report. Understood? After that, next one is civil law. So students, civil law deals with any harm or injury to right of individuals. For example, disputes between the person relating to sale of land or purchase of goods or rent matters and divorce cases, etc. A petition has to be filed before the relevant court by the affected party only. And in a rent matter, either the landlord or tenant can file a case. Okay, and in this, the court gives the specific relief asked for. And for instance, in a case between a landlord and a tenant, the court can order the flat to be vacated and pending rent to be paid. Understood? So students, now you can differentiate clearly between the civil law and criminal law. All right. So students, these are the two branches of the legal system in which any affected people can use these laws to protect themselves, or our constitution given to us these law only for the safeguard and protection of the society. All right. After that, next topic is, does everyone has access to the courts? So students, as I told you that all citizens of India can access the courts in this country, and this implies that every citizen of India has a right to justice through the courts or by the courts. All right, students, and you know very well that our courts of India plays a very important role in protecting our fundamental right also. And if any citizen believes that their rights are being violated, then he, she or anyone can approach the court for the fair justice, as I told you in my previous explanation. Okay, and you know very well that district court, panchayat, and high court and supreme court are open and available for all, whether he or she is belonging to the lower caste, upper caste, or he or she is rich or poor. Understood? But students, as you know very well that the poor section of the society neglected by all the facilities whatever provided by our constitution, especially for them, only just because they are poor. And sometimes legal procedures involves a lot of money only for paperwork, and as well as take up a lot of time. And you know very well that most of the poor person cannot read and write, and their wages or income is very low, and they are unable to pay the fee of the lawyers. All right. After that, students, in response to this, the Supreme Court in the early 1980s devised a mechanism of PIL, or public interest litigation. All right. It allowed that any individual or organization to file a PIL in the High Court or the Supreme Court on the behalf of those whose right were violated. I mean to say, student, if anyone is poor and he or she is unable to file a case in the court, as he she wants, then in the place of that person, anyone can file a case in High Court or Supreme Court in the name of that person. That is the PIL. Understood? Okay. So students, PIL playing a very important role to secure justice on a large number of issues, such as rescuing bonded laborers from inhuman work conditions and securing the release of prisoners in Bihar who had been kept in jail even after their punishment term was complete. Understood? So student, as you know very well that the midday meal that children now receive in government and government aided schools of India only just because of a PIL or public interest litigation. It means this rules is implemented by the government only to secure and protect the poor section of the society especially. Alright students, understood? Okay. And students, you know very well that the court exercise a very important role in interpreting the fundamental rights of citizens. Okay? And students, this you can understand on the basis of above example of Hakim Sheikh. In that case, government interpreted Article 21 of the Constitution on the right to life, right to health, and also a right to food. And they therefore ordered the state to take certain steps to provide food, health, and neat and clean drinking water, and including midday meal schemes in all the government schools of India and in the society of the poor. Alright? And students, the judiciary serves as a check on the powers of the executive and the legislature and protecting the fundamental rights of the citizens. Okay? So students, there are also court judgments that people believe work against the best interest of the common person. For example, many activists and social workers who work on issues related to the right to shelter and housing for the poor, and they believe that the recent judgment on evictions are a for cry for earlier judgments. And students, now you have to understand here what is eviction. So students, the meaning of eviction refers to the removal of person from his or her land and homes that they are currently living in. So students, to understand the eviction, we have to understand the example of 1985 Olga Tallis versus Bombay Municipal Corporation, that how many activists and social workers filed a case in the favor of these people who were living in a place from a very long period of time to protect the livelihoods and slum dwellings of that people. All right. So students, in Olga Tallis versus Bombay Municipal Corporation case, the judges said that the right to livelihood was part of the right to life. They stated that life does not merely imply an animal existence. It cannot be lived without without a means of living, that is the means of livelihood. And the judges conferred that eviction from a pavement or slum is deprivation of means of livelihood. Deprivation of means of livelihood for the poor who cannot afford to live or to live anywhere else, and they take up small jobs in surrounding areas, and to lose their pavement or slum would lead to loss of a job, resulting in loss of a means of livelihood, consequently leading to deprivation of life. This is how the judges connected right to livelihood to the right to life. All right. And after that, we will take again another example, which is famous as justice delayed is justice denied. It means another issue that affects the common person access to justice is the inordinately long number of years that courts take to hear a case. All right. And it is like a phrase, justice delayed is justice denied, is often used to characterize this extended time period that courts take. So students, finally, we can say that there is no denying that the judiciary has played a very important role in democratic India, serving and checking the powers of the executive and the legislature, and also protecting the fundamental rights of every citizens of India. And the members of the Constituent Assembly had quite correctly envisioned a system of courts and independent judiciary. So students, independent judiciary is a key feature of democracy. If we are living in a democratic country and there is no independent justice or judiciary, it means there is no right for people. That's why it is said that judiciary or judicial system of a country is a playing key role in a democratic country to make it democratic. All right, students. So students, finally is clear, and here I want to give you one example related to the justice delayed, justice denied. So student, this story is related to the 1987. Close to 50 Muslim men were rounded up by police and killed while in custody. And 3 decades later, the families of the victims and the survivors have finally found some form of closure. And after more than 3 decades of demanding justice for the murder of their friends and family, residents of Hashimpura, a small locality in Meerut, city of Uttar Pradesh, have finally found a sense of closure and justice. So, students, on October 31, the Delhi High Court sentenced 16 former policemen to life in prison for the killing of more than 40 Muslim men in Hashimpura in 1987. So, students, the statement which I am going to read in front of you, said by the family members of that victims. We waited for this moment for 31 years. Finally, the judgment we all had been waiting for has come. We are very thankful to those who supported us in our fight for justice. Alright, students, so this is the example of justice delayed, justice denied. So here, students, your chapter number 5, the judiciary, is completely completed. And please listen my lecture very carefully, and if you have any doubt or confusion, then contact me. Alright, thank you and have a nice day.